We're currently drilling a follow-up well to that in the same formation, but about 110 meters up dip. So the opportunity to add a significant amount of additional pay up dip, and that well is underway right now. So in addition to that, we've got a development program planned for our core producing asset, and then an additional follow-up well to that.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Corey Rattan. He is the CEO of Alva Petro Energy. And Corey, it's great to have you back again. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so the company out with your Q1 2025 numbers and off to a very good start for the year, Corey. I know we'll get into sort of a breakdown between Brazil and Canada, but first, maybe just a comment on overall the numbers yourself.
Yeah, no, I think we had another strong quarter. We previously announced our production results for Q1, so we're up to 2,446 barrels of oil equivalent per day, which was a 41% increase from Q4. And we continue to have some pretty strong natural gas prices. Our realized gas price in the quarter was $10.44 US per MCF. So that helped us generate funds flow from operations of over $9 million US in the quarter.
Yeah. So let's talk about Brazil specifically. And that's kind of what you mentioned there is you're seeing those strong pricing and obviously some more work to come in Brazil. So it sounds like Brazil's off to a great start if you sort of take it apart from everything else.
Yeah, no, we had a really exciting well result in September of last year. Was called 183A3 on our 100% owned Murucututu project. That helped us increase our firm delivery obligations with our off-taker by 1/3, and helped deliver that Q1 production increase that we're talking about. We're currently drilling a follow-up well to that in the same formation, but about 110 meters up dip. So the opportunity to add a significant amount of additional pay up dip, and that well is underway right now. So in addition to that, we've got a development program planned for our core producing asset, and then an additional follow-up well to that to the current well that we're drilling probably later this year.
Okay. Let's talk about the Canadian side of things because that's put in some new and interesting numbers within the financial numbers themselves. We're just seeing sort of the beginning of this, right?
Yeah, that's right. April's our first month, and it's a part month. So we, just going back on February 5th, we announced a strategic entry into the Western Canadian Sedimentary Basin, and the deal was we paid 100% of two earning wells to earn an interest in a big land base focused on the Mannville Stack opportunity in Western Saskatchewan. And so those wells were both drilled under budget. And the wells came on production in April, and certainly early results look like they're well ahead of the type curve expectations that we had set for them when we entered the play.
So let's talk about Q2 and beyond. Obviously, adding this in, you mentioned only half a month. So obviously, you see the increases there. Lots of work, as we mentioned, going on in Brazil. It sounds like it's really shaping up to be a very pivotal year for the company, Corey.
Yeah, I think our goal, mostly with 100% working interest gas in Brazil, is to maintain and expand our productive capacity there. Ideally, we're set up for at least another 25% increase in productive capacity as we exit the year. That would be our target. And then on top of that, we've got up to an additional 4 wells that we're going to drill in Western Canada to further add to the Canadian package. So I think it's going to be nice to have opportunities to invest in high rate of return projects across two basins. And I think it really solidifies our more balanced stakeholder return and reinvestment model that we've got in place.
Well, it always helps with a strong start, and you have that already. Corey, thank you so much. Great to see you again, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right, Corey Rattan, the CEO of Alva Petro Energy.